Looking at the tiger from a distance.
Yes, okay, very good. So just that, for that is used for things that are further away. So how do we know that the tiger is further away from Nick? Okay, the answer is over here, looking at the tiger from a distance. Okay, so because we know that the tiger is far away, right? It's at a distance. Okay, so distance, it means it's further away from you, right? It's far away. So that's why the answer is that, okay, not this. This is used for objects which are near to you. Okay, so for this one, it's that, right? So that is a very cute tiger, he says, looking at the tiger from a distance. Very good. Okay, what about question 4? What is the answer for question 4?
I wish it could be mine.
Yes, very good. Okay, I wish it could be mine. Okay, why mine?
Because Nick wished to have a tiger.
Yes, okay, because Nick wants to have a tiger, because Nick is the one speaking, right? So that's why he wishes that the tiger, okay, he wants it to be mine. That's very good. Okay, next question. Okay, last question, question 5.
It isn't yours.
Yes, okay, so the correct answer is it isn't yours. Okay, so over here, you see, you can't take it home, Nick. His father says it isn't yours. Okay, very good. Because for you, okay, we'll use, okay, yours. Right? Okay, now can we get, okay, maybe I'll get some of you to read the whole passage now with the correct answer. Okay.
Can I?
Okay, maybe Buhumi, you can read the first paragraph first.
I'm so excited. Nick shouts. Today is a special day of his. Today is a special day of his. It is his birthday.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Buhumi. Now, who would like to read the second paragraph?
I like.
Okay, yes, Suwani, can go ahead.
As a treat, Nick's parents are bringing him to the zoo. Nick has been to the zoo many times, but he still enjoys each visit. This is the best gift for him.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Suwani. Now, who would like to read the third paragraph?
Can I?
Yes, Matushi, go ahead.
At the zoo, Nick takes pictures of an elephant, a giraffe, and a tiger. That is a very cute tiger, he says, looking at the tiger from a distance. I wish it could be mine.
Yes, very good. Thank you, Matushi. Okay, who can read?
Others say isn't yours, it belongs to the zoo. Don't worry, we can always visit it here.
Yes, very good. Okay, thank you, Ruangi. Okay, the last paragraph. Who would like to read the last paragraph?
I can.
Okay, Ruangi, you want to read again? You can go ahead.
Needs means he cannot wait for their next trip to the zoo.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ruangi. Okay, so Nick smiles. Okay, we pronounce this as smiles. Okay, Nick smiles. He cannot wait for the next trip to the zoo. Okay, very good. Okay, I think it's 6 o'clock now. So we will continue with the next exercise, okay, the next lesson, right? But hopefully today you can get to learn, okay, more about also, okay, some of the terms that we used earlier, right? And also about Hello Kitty in general. Okay, so the next lesson, right, we will continue with another exercise, okay? And then we will move on to maybe a bit on prepositions as well. Okay. Right. Okay, so thank you, children. I hope you have enjoyed today's session. Okay, I will see you again next week. I will hand over the time to Reverend Akira. Okay, thank you, children.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank
Goodbye.
you, teacher. Bye, teacher.
Thank
Okay.
you, students.
Thank you very much, Teacher Wenchin, for your 1 hour contribution to enhance the English skills of Sri Lankan students. I think it's time to start another session.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Mhm. Thank you, Reverend.
yeah, welcome.
Okay, Reverend, I'll take my leave now. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Bye-bye. See you.
Yeah.
I think the answer
Good evening, Teacher Ulrich.
Good evening, Reverend Akira. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Okay. How was the week so far?
Oh, same as last week. This day is quite difficult because these days it's raining. It's pouring here.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Is it the monsoon season now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hi, Chamika. Hi, how are you?
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
I will give I think about 5 minutes for them to come in, and then we'll start around 6:10.
Ulrich, are you there? Yeah, sure. I think we can start.
We can start, is
We
it?
can start
Okay.
class until the another start.
Okay, sure, no problem. Share screen. All right, welcome everyone. This is the 10th English lesson. Unfortunately, teacher Jeannie is still overseas. She'll be back in 2 weeks' time. So I will just bring you through some of the lessons today. So basically, we'll just do a short review of what we learned last week and a short game and some reading. And also we will have, as requested, we will have a short introduction to conjunctions as well. Then probably we'll go into more detail next week. So, okay, let's just do the review. It's going to be a quick one. So what we learned last week, basically words with the short E sound and the long E sound. So, okay, on the screen now, there are a few words. So can anyone tell me for the first word, chick, what sound is it? A short E sound or a long E sound? E sound.
Short E sound.
Okay. Sorry, who was that?
Bhumi.
Oh, hi, Bhumi. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's correct. So for the next one, did. It's a short E sound, right? So for the third word, feast, what sound is it? Is it a long vowel sound or a short vowel sound?
Long. Long E sound.
Yes, that's correct. And the next word, fish.
Short E sound.
Okay. Anyone else wants to provide an answer? Okay, so it's a short E sound because it has an I inside and it's fish. So the last one, great. Is it a short E or a long E sound?
Long E sound.
Okay, thanks. Is it Buhumi?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Buhumi. So yes, it's a long E sound. So that's it. That's what we learned for last week. Probably Jeannie or myself will probably revise, maybe go back to it some other time. So moving on, we will have the first vowel rule. We will cover the magic E rule. So these are actually words that end with the letter E. So for words that end with the letter E, you must take into account that the first vowel makes a long sound. So you do need to emphasize the first vowel. So we'll just do some practice words to go through what I mean. So I think we'll just do some reading together. So I think let us read the words together if you all could do it with me. So for the first word, it's bit. So can someone help me pronounce the second word?
Bite.
Bite. So thanks Buhumi. So your bite, your I needs to be emphasized. So it's a longer I. So it's bite. Okay. So the next word, cap. Cap is CAP. So if we add an E at the end, can someone give me the correct pronunciation of the second word on the right column? Anyone wants to give a try?
Cape.
So yes, thanks Buhumi. So it's cape. So A needs to be emphasized. So it's cape. So the same for man. We have main. Tap. So can someone give me if we add an E, what does it become?
Cape.
Tape. Tape, right? So tape does with additional A. So you have to emphasize A, tape. Thanks, Chamika. So the next word, the last word, van.
Vein.
So, okay, so it's vein. So you need to emphasize the A, vein. Okay, so we'll just do some practice words for different vowels. So long A words. Can someone say the long A words for me? Let's see who is
Lace. Mace.
Bhumi, is it?
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you say it again?
Face. Lace. Mace.
Yes, that's correct. So do you all understand the meaning behind lace and mace? I think you all do, right? If you don't, you just let me know. So okay, let's go on to the long I words. The long I words. Do anyone wants to give it a go? Sachin, or I remember the nunnery, is it? Sri Chandra Dudaya. Does anyone wants to contribute? Or let's see, Buhumi, are you there?
Yes. Jai. G. Jai. Bribe. Nice.
Yes, that's correct. All right, thank you. So the long O words, we have low, rope, and mode. So when I say low, please note that you have to do a longer O. So a longer O sound is present and the E is silent. So it's low, rope, and mode. Okay, so the last one, long U words, we have, so we can pronounce it as mew, rule, and prune. So mew, the U gets emphasized longer than the E, and rule, the U gets emphasized as well. So mew, rule, and prune. All right, so that's for the magic E rule. So I think we have some practice sentences to just emphasize what we have learned. So, all right, can anyone provide the answer to the first sentence? Grandma will blank a cake. Ends
Bake.
with E. Yeah. Thanks, Bhumi. Yes, it's bake. So the next sentence, my brother's blank is Ben. Anyone? Chatu, Vihanga, Sachin? Chamika, anyone? All right, I guess it's a bit hard, so I'll just say that my brother's name is Ben. So the next one, Dad blank me an ice cream. It ends with an E.
Gave.
Gave, I heard if correct, right? Gave. So yeah, Bhumi, that's correct. So number 4, the mice were lost in a, ends with E. They were lost in something like a confusing pattern. You have, I think this is a bit difficult, so I'll give you some more time. It's a confusing pattern, corridors all jump up together. Does anyone wants to give it a try? Okay, I will say it's lost in the maze. So a maze is like a very confusing, jump mashup of corridors. So you're lost in the maze. Okay, so the next one, the blank was breathtaking. Anyone want to give it a try?
Race.
Sorry?
Race.
Race. Okay, this is a bit difficult, I think. Yeah, so the scene, so the scene was breathtaking. Okay, so the last one, we had fried what for dinner? Ends with an E. It's a 4-letter word. I mean, this one, I'm not sure whether it's a common occurrence. You have it in Sri Lanka, but yeah, we had fried. Does anyone give it a try? So, okay, so we had fried rice for dinner. Okay, that's just the first vowel rule, magic E rule. So just remember that when there's an E at the end of the word, the first vowel gets emphasized. So now we move on to vowel rule 2. So this is where words with 2 vowels together. So the first vowel usually makes a long sound and the second vowel is silent. So I guess I will read the words. Then if you all want to join in, you can. First word, it's B. So the first vowel is emphasized. So the next word, boat. And we have cheap, cheap, feast, feast, heat, heat, meat, meat, plain, plain, high, high, rain, rain, road, road. Does anyone wants to read the words for me? Shachin, Chatu, or Buhumi?
Okay. Bead, boat, cheap, feast, heat, meat, plain, pie, rain, road.
All right, thank you so much. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll have a short game to just revise what we have learned. So basically, we just look at the picture, we spell the word in the chat box, and we pronounce the word. And just let me know whether it's the magic E rule, that's rule number 1, or rule number 2, where there are 2 vowels together. So, okay, let's go to the first picture. Can anybody tell me what is this?
God,
All right. Okay, thank you. That's correct. And this is, which rule is this? This is number 1 or number 2? So this is actually rule number 2, where there are 2 vowels, and the first vowel is the longer one. Okay, so the next one, what is this? Yeah. Okay, it's a cake. So the cake, it's what rule is this? Is this the magic E rule or the 2 vowel word rule? Is it rule number 1 or number 2?
number 1.
Yes, that's correct. All right, and what is this? And okay, I'll give you a hint. It's ends with an E. Yeah, that's correct. It's mice. So this is vowel rule number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Number 1. Yeah, the magic E rule. So you have to emphasize I. Okay, next picture. Yeah, it's the year. Okay, this is rule number 1 or rule number 2?
Two.
2, yeah. So this is 2 vowels together. So the first one needs to be emphasized. Okay, the next one. Yeah, it's T. Okay, so this one is rule number 1 or number 2?
Rule number 2.
Number 2. Okay, and the last picture. Okay, this picture is, what does it show? Yes, okay, it's a cage. So this is quite obvious. This is rule number 1 or number 2?
Rule number 1.
Number 1, yes. Okay, so now you can see this picture.
Who donate?
So you can see this picture. What is the cat? Where's the cat?
Under the chair.
Yeah, we need a word. Besides under, what other word can you use to describe the cat's position? It's a longer word. About 6 letters. Starts with a B for boy. Besides under.
Beneath.
All right. Who said that?
Bhumi.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. It's beneath. So this one, beneath, you do need to emphasize the E at the first position is beneath. So this is rule number
2.
number 2. Yes, correct. All right. What do you see in this picture? Yeah. Okay. Yes, it's a grade. And this is rule number 1 or number 2?
Number 1.
Yeah, number 1. Ends with an E. Let's see if we get more pictures. Okay, we have passage reading now. So I need someone to read the text and let me know which words use the magic E rule. So let's see. Okay, it's about the swim. Can someone read the passage for me? Who wants to give it a go?
May
Yes, Rumi, you can go ahead.
I? Duke and Jake left their house and rode their bikes to the lake. It was the only spot they wanted to go on such a hot day. It was a fantastic spot to go to. Fins make him look like a duck. When they got to the lake, they put their bikes in a cave. Duke said, I know what we should do. We should play in the cave. Jake said, you must be careful in caves. They can be unsafe. Duke said, yes, this is a small cave, so we will not get lost. They had handful nuts for snack, and they had some olives too. Then Jake said, I want to put on my fins to swim in the lake. Duke said, Okay, let me inflate my draft and I will come with you. When they got to the lake, they saw some ducks there. They swam up to Lake Jake. Duke said, I think they think you are a duck too.
All right, thanks, Buhumi. Does anyone want to give it a try? Does anyone else? Shamika or Sachin, Chatu or Vyanga?
I can, sir.
Sure, thanks.
They swim. Duke and Jake left their house and rode their bikes to the lake. It was the only spot they wanted to go on such a hot day. It was a fantastic spot to go to be active. Duke and Jake like to dive into the lake and swim. Jake likes to use fins when he swims, but Duke does not like to use fins. Duke says fins make him look like a duck. When they got to the lake, they put their bikes in a cave. Duke said, I know what we should do. We should play in the cave. Jake said, you must be careful in caves. They can be unsafe. Duke said, yes, this is a small cave, so we will not get lost. They had handfuls of nuts for a snack, and they had some olives too. Then Jake said, I want to put on my fins to swim in the lake. Duke said, okay, let me inflate my raft and I will come with you. When they got to the lake, they saw some ducks there. They swam up to Jake. Duke said, I think they think you are a duck too.
Yeah, thank you, Chamika, for the reading. So, does anyone wants to give it a try? Okay. Can anyone guess? Just give me some words, or you can type it in the chat box, or you can say it out loud. What words use the magic E rule? I think there are quite a few in the passage. Can you all point them out to me? You can say it out, or you can write it in the chat box. Okay, I think I will give you all some hints. So, you can see from the first paragraph, there's also a few of these words with the magic E rule. You can see road, bikes, lake, active, so, and dive. Yeah, so these are some of the words. Let me just see whether I can identify them. Yeah. Okay, so sorry, not active. So Duke, Jake, road, bikes, lake, like, use, make, cave, and inflate. So these are some of the words that are in. These are the words that observe the magic E rule. So just when you are saying the words, just make sure that you emphasize the first vowel. So for example, you have Duke, you need to mention, emphasize Duke, and also Jake with the A, Jake, road with the O, road, bikes, and lake. So just now Chamika and Bhumi, they did a good job of pronouncing the letters, emphasizing the correct vowels in the words. So I think you all understand the application of the magic E rule in the English language. So let me see. Do we have another activity coming up? Okay. So now with the vowel sounds completed, we will do a short introduction to conjunctions. So just give a brief explanation, a brief overview on conjunctions. So what are conjunctions? So conjunctions are words that link other words to form a complex sentence. So basically when we communicate or when we talk, we do want to put in more ideas into one sentence. So we do have these words to help us to link up different ideas to form a longer sentence. So examples of conjunctions, they are, I mean, you have some of these words you are familiar with. So for example, and, or, unless, since, though. So can you all think of any conjunctions that you came across in when you study, when you are preparing for doing your English homework, for example? Can you think of any additional conjunctions examples? Does anyone wants to just try? So, okay. There are other words like but, either or, neither nor, that kind of thing. Often is not a conjunction. Sorry?
After.
After, yes. That's right. Anyone else? Okay, so I think you understand roughly what conjunctions are. So I will go into the different types of conjunctions that are in the English language. So the first one is coordinating conjunctions. So these are usually a single word, and they link nouns with nouns and clauses with clauses. So clauses are sections of a sentence. So they are not a complete sentence, but they are a section that conveys an idea. So we link clauses with clauses. So for example, coordinating conjunctions are in those sentences below. So can anyone tell me, I'll just read the sentence and then you tell me which is the coordinating conjunctions, okay? So I can't remember the rules, so I need a refresher. Jenny cooked our favorite meal for dinner, but it turned out to be a disaster. So can anyone tell me which are the conjunctions? Coordinating conjunctions. Does anyone want to venture a guess? Sachin, or you can type it into the chat box if you are on mute. Okay, I will just say so and but are the conjunctions. So you just need to take note that there are commas in the sentences. So for example, if you are joining two independent clauses, you do need to include a comma in the sentence. So the first sentence, I can't remember the rules, so I need a refresher. There are two complete ideas, so I need a refresher. So you want to join those two together, you do need to add a comma at the end of the first section of the sentence. So I can't remember the rules, comma, then you put so I need a refresher. So for sentences that do not need a comma, you do need to look at whether they are independent or dependent. So independent means it's a complete idea. Dependent means it's a not complete idea. So for the second sentence, Jenny cooked our favorite meal for dinner, but it turned out to be a disaster. There's no comma because there's a dependent clause in the sentence. So so it turned out to be a disaster is the incomplete sentence. So that's why you do not need a comma when you connect the sentences together. So that's for coordinating conjunctions. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so I will move on to the next one. So we have correlative conjunctions. So these are usually they work together in pairs. So they are either like 2 words or 4 words. So they are used in pairs in the same sentence. So they do connect phrases or sentences or relate phrases or sentences together. So I will read the sentence and then you just tell me what you think are the conjunctions in the sentence. So the referee gave the player not only a warning, but also a yellow card. The mechanic had neither the experience nor the skill to fix the gearbox in the muscle car. So can anyone tell me which are the correlative conjunctions in the
Not only, but also.
sentence?
Not only, but also.
Buhumi, right? Yeah. First sentence, not only, but also. That is correct. For the second sentence, can anyone tell me which are the correlative conjunctions?
Neither nor.
Yes, correct. So these are the correlative conjunctions for the example. So does anyone have any questions? Okay, so now we move on to the third type of conjunction. These are conjunctive adverbs. So these are technically they are adverbs, but they are usually one or more words used to join two independent clauses together. So you do need to take note that when you are using conjunctive adverbs, you need to ensure that the first part of the sentence, the independent clause, the first section, is separated by a semicolon and then followed by a comma for after the conjunctive adverbs. So for example, the sentence below, we have Rachel went shopping on a Saturday afternoon. However, she was not able to find what she was wanting to buy for her birthday. So the other sentence, the mechanic has a workshop manual for most vehicles. Otherwise, he would not have the technical information to fix the cars. So, I mean, this is quite easy. Can anyone just tell me which are the conjunctive adverbs in the sentences they have just read? CBS. Yes, that's correct. However and otherwise. Okay. Last one, subordinating conjunctions. So these are one or more words used to unite the ideas or the ideas you want to express in a complex sentence. So they are connecting incomplete thoughts, which are dependent clauses, to complete thoughts, which are independent clauses. So example, you can see two examples here. Basically, these are different ways which you could use to write your sentences. So they are all subordinating conjunctions. So as soon as she's finished her phone call, we'll leave for the restaurant. We'll leave for the restaurant as soon as she's finished her phone call. So I mean, can anyone just tell me which one is the conjunction? It's the same.
As.
Yeah, Bugumi said as, right? So actually, in this case, is 3 words. So it's as soon as. So as soon as is the, oh yeah, sorry. As soon as is the subordinating conjunction. So for just need to take note on one thing. If you are placing the subordinating conjunction and the dependent, the incomplete action in front of the sentence, then you need to use a comma. So so what do I mean by incomplete action? So as soon as she's finished a phone call, because she hasn't finished the phone call. So that is, in the future, she'll finish it. But as of now, she's still speaking on the phone. So that's incomplete. That's a dependent clause. So if you want to put that in the front of the sentence, you need to add a comma to connect the remaining section together in a complete sentence. So if you want to put it at the back, then there's no need for a comma. So the 2 sentences above, they demonstrate the different types of subordinating conjunctions that you can use. So any questions about this? Okay, so no questions, I'll move on. I guess we will have now a simple exercise to wrap up everything. We will probably read this. I'll give you a few sentences and I'll blank them, and there's a multiple choice question. So we'll identify which conjunctions to use, and we'll describe the type of conjunctions that we use. So basically, we just refresh whatever we have learned just now. So a few sentences, I think about 7 of them. So okay, so the first sentence, Anyone? Or I'll read it and then you just let me know the answer. Jenny suggested beef blank chicken for dinner. Okay, I see some replies on the chat. Beef, because no, it's not for actually, it's actually or, because she's just suggesting. But you mean suggesting means like, you know, she's just discussing whether you wanted this or that for dinner. So it's all. So what do you remember from our lesson just now? What type of conjunction this is? Is it a coordinating, correlative? Does anyone remember? You can type it into the chat box if you're not so sure, or you can, if you are more you can just say out if you are more comfortable. Okay, this is coordinating conjunction. Okay, so all right, I see how you have moved on to the next one. So okay, the wild dogs blank destroy the chicken coop and blank kill the chickens. So the answer is not only but also. Correct. So this is an example of, does anybody know what is the type of conjunction used here? Right, I'll just say correlative. So that's the second one. So the third one, the plumber had blank the skills, blank the tools to fix the water leak in the bathroom wall. Does anybody know? Actually, this one is a bit tricky. But does anyone know the answer or wants to try? Yeah, it can also be not only but also. That's correct. That's correct. But we can also have neither nor as well, right? And both and. But in this example, neither nor. So this is an example of correlative conjunction. Yeah, I see. I think the option is a bit too similar, right? Yeah. Okay. Next sentence, blank, she runs faster. She will never make it to the finish line in time. If, is it if or although or unless or wow? Okay, I got it. So Bukumi and the nunnery say unless. So this is correct. And this is an example of what conjunction? Does anyone recall?
Subordinating.
Subordinating. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. You're doing very well so far. So now we have 3 more sentences. Then we'll wrap up the session. So the concrete driveway has developed several large cracks. Blank, it will need to be replaced. As anyone wants to give it a try, type in the chat box or unmute yourself and say out. It's a bit difficult, isn't it? All right. Then I think I'll give you some. It's eventually. So this is yeah. So this is going to be happening in the future. So eventually means in the future or at some point in time, it will need to be replaced. So that's the meaning of eventually. It's a bit difficult. So this is an example of, just now I gave you a big clue. It's quite easy to spot. This is an example of what conjunction? You can say it out if you, or you can type it into the chat box if you're not so. Yeah, let me see. Okay, so this is an example of after, it's not after. So I think I'll go on to the next question. So this one is a conjunctive adverb. So, okay, so yeah, so blank the heavy rain, the garden has become a patch of weeds. So actually, I think there are two answers to this. After is correct, the nunnery, and Buhumi, you say after, that's correct. Also, since will also be applicable as well, suitable for this. So this is an example of what conjunction? I think, okay. Subordinating. All right. Okay. So Rebecca did not win the prize blank the trophy at the track meet. I think you see the answer already, right? Yeah. No, it's no. So what kind of conjunction this is? Does anyone recall from the introduction that I did earlier?
Coordinating.
Yeah, that's coordinating. Thank you. So does anyone have any questions about the introduction or the lessons that we have shared earlier? Oh, Buhumi, Chamika, you're all okay. Sachin, the nunnery, Bianca. Okay. Thank you. In that case, thank you very much for your time today. Next week. If you would like to if you want to, if you have any subjects that you'd like to know more about, you just let Reverend Akila know, and we will try to present it for future lessons. So thank you very much. I'll hand you back over to Reverend Akila.
Yeah, thank you, Teacher Ulrich, for your 1 hour contribution. How did you conduct last week? Anyway, thank you very much for your effort and help us to improve the Sri Lankan students' education level and the benefits for enhancing the English abilities in Sri Lanka. So anyways, I want to emphasize here, when we start this class, the students are sometimes they are afraid to talk with teacher, but now I can see this many students, they are trying to talk with teachers as the results of your effort and your contribution to the class. Okay, we can stop the class now. So this is, yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Okay,
you,
you're
sir.
welcome. Have a good afternoon.
Yeah, Mr. Ulrich, 2 schools send me message that they cannot start today Zoom session because of the power failure in that area due to the heavy rains.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Yes.
see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's I mean, yeah, hope they are doing okay. I mean, when they get better, we'll look forward to them joining us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, thanks for your understanding. Okay. See you next week.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, all who attended today. Thank you. So I'm taking my leave now.